What's going on, guys? It's your boy deiced, bringing you guys a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm chilling out because I'm bringing you guys another YouTube video here today. I am bringing you guys my second tier list video for my YouTube channel. So that's pretty cool. So the tier list video is going to be the CDL team. Now I was trying to figure out, and I was a little struggling on what to do. What can I record so that one, it's entertaining, two, that I like to do, and three, well, so that I'm consistent on my uploads, because I know in a couple weeks time I might only have one video up or two videos up. But besides that, I kind of figured I was scrambling a little. I'm like, what can I do for a video? What can I do for a video? I don't know. Fuck. And I was just laying in bed and I'm like, boom, wait a minute. What if I do a CDL team tier list video? Meaning I'm going to rank all the teams after champs. Basically, it's been almost like, I think it's been a week. Has it been a week? Almost, yeah, almost 2 weeks. When this video is going to be uploaded, it's been a week. But anyways, I'm like, fuck, that's a good idea, because I kind of told myself I should actually do, like, after the Ross Mania and stuff is all over and done with, the teams, I should do another one just at the beginning of the year. Of a tier list, and then at the end of the year, just so that, like, to see if my predictions are right, see if I know what I'm saying. Clearly my my CDL pick'em was not close at all. It's after that first series, I'm like, my bracket's kind of chalk. But yeah, so let's hop into some tier lists here and see what is my rankings of the teams and why. I won't go in too much depth into it, but yeah, so let's hop into some tier lists here. All right, guys, we are on the tier list maker here. I got my tier list here of my teams. Hopefully, by the way, hopefully this intro makes sense. Sometimes when I do intros, it doesn't make sense at all, but I try my best to make sense of it, just because I have so much like ideas and shit that I want to say real fast, and I gotta slow down, dial back a little. But yeah, anyways, so this is my tier list. We got all 12 teams. We got LA Thieves, Vegas Legion, almost said Paris, but Vegas Legion, Optic Texas, LA Gorillas, London, Boston, Seattle, Ultra, New York, FaZe, Minnesota, and Mutineers. So with that said, if I'm hearing rumors, I'm hearing things that there's going to be potentially a couple teams that are moving out of their original spot, meaning like cities. So what I heard, like, fucking Seattle Surge is going to Vancouver. So it'd be sick to have another Canadian team in the league, but I don't know if that's true. And I heard that Minnesota is going to change to maybe London. I think there's like 5 teams this year is going to change places, which that's fucking nuts. That's kind of scary if you really think about it. But anyways, that's another topic for another day. So, where to start? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where to fucking start on this. I guess, honestly, I think we're going to start with, we're going from left to right here. Fuck it. We're going to start with LA Thieves. I think, honestly, after champs last year, I would put them at S tier for sure. But this year, honestly, I would say bottom A, maybe even B, just because of the inconsistency and like troubles they've been having this season. But like, they could still beat any team in here if they're on their day. But yeah, I would say honestly low A. There's not much I could else to tell you about this. I kind of figured I don't have to explain too much, but this is how I see it, right? So Vegas Legion. So they kind of went from a garbage team to actually a mediocre team. If you would ask me if they would have potential to go to champs or like slay during the year, I would say hell to the fucking no. Granted, they do have Clayster, they do have Temp, right? But yeah, no, they did not start off very hot. But at the end of the season, I think if they would have made it to champs, they would have been okay. But I would actually give them a solid C. Solid C compared to a D or even an F. But the thing is, I know there's a couple teams here, I'm going to give them a fucking hard D, like give them the dick. Just because it's insane how bad they are this year. Don't get me wrong, the league is small. Don't get me wrong, the league is even more competitive than ever. So if you're not playing top tier, they're going to replace you. So every team here, don't get me wrong, could beat any amateur team, any team in the world. But versus these other top tier teams, I don't think, you know. Anyways, off topic. Honestly, I don't know. Our Vegas Legion, fuck, it's kind of hard to say because they do some glamoring at the end of the year, but I think a solid C, like a C plus, would be sufficient. Now, my boys, Optic Texas, I want to give them an S. I want to give them the holy of the holies, but they're not there, unfortunately. I think, honestly, they're a plus A plus. At most, just because of the placements and how a little inconsistent and consistency how it went Granted, the year did not start off well by dropping Dashi twice, technically dropping Illy and bring them back, but adding Ghosty or Dan to the play was a great play. But yeah, so they went from I think top 12, sorry, to top four to top two, and then top six again, which average placing pretty good. But they have to be on their day, right? Like they have to be like playing great Call of Duty to smoke all these teams. Like they could smoke like London easily, they could smoke LEG easy, they could smoke Seattle very easily. Like they could smoke all the teams here, but they have to bring their A game. They don't have a very consistency or consistent. But yeah, no, I think I give them a solid A plus or an A even. If they had a better place in that champs, I might have given them, like, don't get me wrong, top 5 and top 6 is still good, I guess. But I don't think they're B, because on a good day, like on a great day, they could beat any team. But they're not S tier anymore because, one, they haven't won a chip, unfortunately, and two, well, inconsistent. And hopefully the roster mania will be kind to us this year. I know for a fact that like Dashi is like a free agent. Shotzi, I think he's pretty much locked up for now. But you never know, right? But you never know. Hopefully the team doesn't break up. It's either I don't want the team to break up to try at least one event, or drop somebody to get somebody else, because like depends on the market. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to stress myself out. Just thinking about it giving me chest pains. But hey, all right, the next two teams are very easy to put. No questions if about. They are the two worst teams in the league right now, sadly. Just because I love Asim, I love Arcides, but those teams were not it this year for them at all. Also, Alec or Arcides was having issues inside. I don't know what the issues are. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that, like, for the York, going and shit, but they need to blow it up. You know what I mean? Even on the breakdown with Scump and Methods, they say these both teams have to blow it up, even X2, right? But yeah, no, they have to do something, and they got to do it fast. I don't know if they're going to relocate. I know this team and this team, I don't know about London, but I know this one might not be LEG anymore. I don't know what team, I don't know, but I heard that they're moving to Charlotte. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, I'm not here talking about the rosters. I'm here to place them. But yeah, they have poor performance. I think they only won, like, they only had like 10K each, which, 10K is still a lot of money, but split that in four or five, and it's not very much. But yeah, anyways, Boston Breach. You know what? I give them a solid B. They did have a rocky start, and stuff like that, but they still came on with some heat. They still perform well. They still perform very well versus top teams, especially this last roster change with Snoopy. I think they should. It's either they should stick, or they change one or two players, and that's it. Nothing much. But with performing, I think they're solid beat team. They could definitely beat these three teams on a below, just because they're more consistent here. But yeah, no. Honestly, I think we're going good so far. There's not much I could say. But yeah, no. This is how I see it. If you don't like it, get the hell out. Seattle Surge. I think I'm going to give them a B2. If they're not on their day, they get smoked. But if they're on their day, like they did on fucking champs, they could smoke any fucking team they want, honestly. But they're very inconsistent, unfortunately. And it's a lot of people blame one player or two players. Honestly, team-based game. So if one player doesn't do their 25%, it's hard to win matches. But yeah, Seattle Surge, honestly, I don't know if they should break up. I don't know if they should blow it up or whatever, but I think they should stay. I don't know, honestly. I give them a solid B. They were maybe shit and maybe good, you never know. But yeah, no, I would say they're a solid B team. Now, the next three teams here, you know what? I'm going to place them at last here. I'm just going to put them all in order how I think they are. I'm going to do these three teams last just because I have a little bit more stuff to talk about. But Mutineers. I think Mutineers, I'm going to give them a C plus. So I give Vegas at least a C, and Mutineers C plus, just because at the beginning of the year, they were really strong, and then they changed, and then they were ass, and it changed, and they were still bad, and it changed, and they actually found the fucking remedy. Like, they found the way called the click, or the key of success, basically, at the end of the year, right? With their role, and also Vickle was coming up to play better, and stuff like that. So the players that needed to play better are playing a lot better. So which is a good thing. So I would say honestly it's a C team. I would say even a B minus, but I give them a good solid C plus right now than anything else. Minnesota Waka. I think honestly, with the recent change, I would give them a B minus. But yeah, no, I think Minnesota is I think they're at least a B minus team. They were kind of struggling during the year. They were like winning matches on land, like quote unquote online qualifiers, and while on land, and then they lose, and then they don't place well. But at the end of the year, they found it, like they brought back attached, they did okay, and they qualified for champs, which I give credit because they were a race between like three to four three teams, if I remember correctly, themselves, Legion, and Boston, or something like that. So I would say they're pretty solid team out of all. A minus, like B minus. But yeah, no, that's what I think. Now, this is hard. Honestly, I'm going to put New York. I'm going to do this. New York S 100% for multiple reasons. Is one, they won 3 events. Major 1, Major 5, and Champs. The big one, which a lot of people give praise to, which makes sense, right? It is like the biggest event of all time. But they were, quote unquote, the more consistent one out of all. Like I said, they won Major 1, which great, good beginning of the event, and then Major 2 they kind of like had a issue, like a flight issue and shit. Like they were having a lot of problems. I guarantee if they didn't have those problems, they would have been fine. They would probably actually not win it, but second or third place it, or even win it. We don't know. But Major 3 and 4, I forgot where they're placed, but they didn't do too hot. But yeah, no, besides that, I think fundamentally they were the most consistent team out of the whole year. And Sender said himself that scrims were not going so well, like all year round. They were actually doubting themselves. But sometimes you gotta lose. You gotta lose so that you can learn, so that you can win, right? You gotta lose to win. And which it's great that they stick that out during the scrims and stuff like that. And like I give them a solid fucking S plus plus. They, like I said, they were the most consistent. They performed well. They were clicking. They were more like fundamental team out of all of them. So I give them an S plus. Okay. Now, like these next 2 teams are a little difficult here. Actually, no. You know what? No. Hold on. So let me explain. So this is, I think, honestly, I'm not going to change anything here. I think this is how I want to see it. But let me explain, okay? So for Toronto, they're an amazing team. That forward, like I think honestly, if there's, I'm going to talk about it after, but there's 4, I think there's like 3 teams that I would not change at all. And it would be New York, FaZe, and Toronto. Maybe FaZe, but Toronto, those 2 teams, like the top 2 champ teams, even FaZe, I bet you guys, like they don't change. If they do change, it's going to be FaZe with like one of the players. But besides that, so let me go back to Toronto here. Sorry. So Toronto, I think they would not change at all this year. Yes, they got fucking slapped, like bent over and like fucked in the ass with no lube or no warning. But that's the thing. Toronto, that's why I put them in A. And not an S, but an A. So because they were consistent but inconsistent as well. Like, on a good day, you can't touch. Like, they even 3-0'd fucking New York in a winter final. But, like, if they were consistent Sunday, I guarantee you that would go to map 9. But they didn't. So, I would say Toronto's a great fucking team. If, like, take example, if Texas is out and subliners are out, I would go for sure Toronto now, 100%. It's not because it's a Canadian team and I'm a Canadian guy. Okay, maybe a little, but they're fucking gross as a team. They picked up Pixie. So, at the beginning of the year, they picked up Scraps. And then at the middle of the year, roughly, or 2 events in, they picked up Pixie for Dandy. And honestly, they looked untouchable. And I guarantee you, if they stay and they stick it through it this year, it's either they're going to make another champs run for sure. But yeah, no, I know for a fact that they're good. I think they don't change. I think if they work on the little things in Call of Duty that makes a big thing, they're going to be a great team, an S tier team. But besides that, I give them a solid A. Just for that. So now with FaZe, I would actually put them on S, but I'm going to switch these 2 in a second here. But I won't put them on S just because... No, you know what? The champs should be an S. I'm going to put it this way. The S should be only one team, and that would be fucking subliners, and then after that, it's FaZe. So let me explain why is FaZe an A or solid A. For me is that that team is the most consistent team out of all. Meaning, yes, they won 1 chip. They could have won multiple chips this year. But I don't think they placed out of like top 3 or top 4 at all this year. Like out of the 12 teams, they kept between 3rd and 1st. Which that's fucking amazing for a team. None of these other teams here did that. Besides Toronto, besides FaZe. And subliners aside, maybe. But like so I would say FaZe is like A++. And then, like, if they would have won another, like, event, I would have put them in an S for sure. Or if they would have won champs, I put them in S. But yeah, no, I would, like I said, there's only one in S. But yeah, no, this is my tier list. You know, yes, Toronto went to the grand finals and champs, but lost second. But they were inconsistent. FaZe basically is consistent all year. They won a chip, but they in the range of like, and they stayed in the range to first to third. I think only did once fourth place, but I don't think so. But I think it's like third and first. Now, with that said, because I'm a little biased and I forgot that LA Thieves did win a tournament this year, they will have the edge over Optic. So, because Optic had like 12, fourth, second, 12, fifth, and sixth, right? So, here, this is a quote that Hector said. People only remember the people who won first place. They don't remember the people in second place, which I'm going to remember them from being second place, but because I'm an Optic fan. But yeah, no, they haven't won the chip this year. That's why I moved them down, unfortunately. But this is my tier list. Honestly, the only thing that, like I said, that I changed is the my Optic boys down a little compared to Thieves. But all these teams here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every team that's A and above has won at least a chip, besides the exception of Optic. They placed twice, second. But with that said, this is my tier list. Hopefully the video is not too long. Last, like, my other tier list was like 40 minutes long. Now it's a 20-minute recording, so I don't know if I will cut a few bits out. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please leave a like. Comment below was your favorite part of the video. And honestly, like, tell me if you guys watch the CDL. If you guys do watch the CDL, let me know if your tier list does look like mine. If not, tell me why a little. Or you don't have to tell me why. Just place them in order, right? So I would say like S ... subliners, A ... Optic, or whatever the case may be. But this is my tier list. I think this is pretty solid for the team. I will for sure make another one when the Rossomania is done. Just because, honestly, like, the only teams, like I said, won't change would be the subliners. Oh, shouldn't change. It's the subliners, FaZe, and Ultra. These top three teams should not change at all, but everyone else will get at least one change, a minimum of one change. But with that said, it's been your boy, DJ Hot Sauce. I'm out. Peace.